By 10 o'clock this morning, your own body is going to turn on you. It will make you tired, foggy, and desperate for sugar. And here is the part that should make you angry. You handed it the weapon yourself, hours earlier, and you never even saw it happen. Most people blame cravings on willpower. They think if they were just a little stronger, they would finally stop reaching for the snacks. But willpower was never the problem. Every craving you will feel today was already set, before you felt it, by what landed on your plate and when. You are not weak. You have been set up. So watch this. One ordinary day, hour by hour. Every moment where it quietly tries to make you hungry, and the one small move that shuts it off. This is not about eating less, or counting every bite, or white-knuckling your way past the fridge. It is about eating so your body stops fighting you before lunch even starts. Stay with me, because the first trap is the one almost everyone walks into, and it happens within minutes of waking up. But before the day starts, you need to understand one thing, because it explains every craving you have ever had. Feeling full is not about how much food you eat. It is about signals. Your body is constantly asking 3 quiet questions. Did I get protein? Did I get enough volume to feel filled? And is my energy steady, or is it spiking and crashing? Get a yes to those 3, and hunger stays quiet for hours. Get a no, and it does not matter how many calories you ate, you will be back in the kitchen before long. So all day, we are going to pull the same 4 levers. Protein, because it is the single food your body trusts most when it decides whether you are full. Fiber, because it slows everything down. Water and volume, because they fill the space and stretch the stomach, and a stretched stomach stops asking. And slow energy instead of fast, so you never get the spike that guarantees the crash. For levers, that is the whole game. Now let us walk through the day. It is 7 a.m. You are groggy, a little foggy, and your body wants the fastest energy it can find. This is the first trap of the day. A breakfast of cereal, white toast, and juice is almost pure fast sugar. It tastes like a good start, but here is what happens next. Your blood sugar climbs fast, your body answers hard to bring it back down, and an hour or 2 later you land lower than where you began. That dip is the hunger you feel at 10, the one that sends you looking for a cookie. You did not lack discipline. You ate a breakfast that was designed to leave early. Now the fix, and it is not complicated. Build the first meal around 3 things. Some protein, some fiber, and a little fat. Eggs and oats. Greek yogurt with berries, and a spoon of seeds. Even last night's leftovers. There is no rule that says breakfast has to be breakfast food. Protein is the quiet hero here, because it is the food your body reads most clearly when it decides you have had enough. Fiber slows the whole meal down, so the energy arrives like a long, steady push instead of a spike. Do that once, and the 10 a.m. crash simply does not show up. And while we are here, a quick word about coffee. Coffee on a completely empty stomach, with nothing else, can leave some people jittery and weirdly hungry an hour later. You do not have to give it up. Just put a little food next to it. The coffee is not the enemy. The empty tank underneath it is. It is 10 a.m., and right on cue, the office kitchen is calling. There is a box of pastries, and someone just made a second pot of coffee. But notice something first. A lot of what feels like hunger at this hour is actually thirst wearing a costume. Your body is not always great at telling the two apart. So before you reach for anything, drink a full glass of water and wait 5 minutes. If you are still hungry, good, eat. A handful of nuts. An apple with a little cheese. Some yogurt. You are not snacking out of weakness. You are topping up with something that has a job to do, instead of something that just spikes and leaves you emptier than before. It is 1 p.m. lunch, and lunch is where the whole afternoon is won or lost. The trap here is the big plate of fast carbs, the kind that feels great for 20 minutes and then drops you straight into the afternoon slump. So use a simple picture instead of a rule. Half your plate is vegetables, for volume. A palm of protein, for fullness. and a smaller scoop of the slow carbs for steady energy. That is the whole method. And here is a small trick that does more than it should. Eat the vegetables and the protein first before the carbs. When the slow stuff goes in ahead of the fast stuff, the whole meal lands softer, and you stay level instead of spiking. It is 3 p.m. This is the danger zone. The energy dips, the focus goes soft, and your hand starts drifting toward the drawer with the chocolate in it. Here is the part nobody tells you. That afternoon crash is usually not about you at all. It is the tail end of what you ate earlier and a little bit of plain boredom. So treat it like the signal it is. Run the test. Drink some water, wait 10 minutes, and see if it passes. If it does not, have a real snack with some protein in it, and take a short walk to the window and back. The craving is loud, but it is short, and it passes far faster than it pretends it will. Now there is a quieter trap that hides between the afternoon and dinner, and it is the most dangerous one of all. It is the moment you walk through the door at the end of the day, completely starving, while dinner is still 40 minutes away. That is when the entire bag disappears before you even sit down. The fix is almost too simple. Do not arrive empty. That small protein snack at 3 was not just for the afternoon. It was so that the version of you who walks in the door at 6 is still a person making choices and not just a stomach with car keys. It is 6 p.m. dinner. You are tired. The day has drained you. And this is when eating goes on autopilot. The trap is the distracted dinner, the one you eat fast, in front of a screen, going back for seconds before your body has even caught up. Because here is the timing nobody respects. The signal that tells you that you are full takes about 20 minutes to arrive. If you eat in 10, you will always feel like you need more, even when you do not. So start dinner with the protein and the vegetables, slow down, and put the fork down between bites. Give the signal time to reach you. 9 times out of 10, that second helping was never hunger. It was just speed. It is 9 p.m. The kitchen light is off, the day is done, and somehow you are standing in front of the fridge again. Evening cravings feel like the biggest test of all, but they are usually the most predictable. Late-night snacking is very often just the bill for a day that was too light on protein and too full of fast sugar. Fix the earlier meals, and this moment gets quiet on its own. And there is one more piece that almost nobody connects to hunger. Sleep. When you are short on sleep, your body turns up the hunger and turns down the feeling of fullness the very next day. So the early night is not just rest. It is tomorrow's appetite, handled in advance. Now let us clear up a few things people get told that only make this harder. You do not have to skip breakfast to win the day, and you do not have to fear every snack like it is a moral failure. A snack with protein and fiber is a tool, not a crime. And fat is not the villain either. A little of it actually helps a meal hold you longer. The goal was never to eat less of everything. It was to eat in a way where you stop needing to. And one honest note before we wrap up. The first day or two of eating like this can feel a little strange, because your body is so used to the roller coaster that calm almost feels like something is missing. That is not a problem. That is just the spikes leaving. Give it a few days, and the steady feeling stops being strange and starts being normal. The hunger that used to run your afternoons gets quieter and quieter, until one day you notice you forgot to think about food at all. That is the real goal here. Not fighting your appetite every single hour, but slowly getting to a place where you barely hear from it. So step back and look at the whole day. Notice that not once did we talk about starving yourself, or counting every bite, or relying on willpower at the exact moment you have none left. We did something easier. We let the food do the work. Protein to flip the fullness switch. Fiber and water and volume to fill the space. Slow energy instead of fast spikes. Get those 4 right, and the cravings do not need to be resisted because they barely show up. Now, if there is one moment in the day where all of this falls apart, it is the morning, because mornings are rushed and nobody has time to cook. So here is the single easiest win. Blend it. Oats for the slow energy, Greek yogurt for the protein, a handful of berries, a spoon of seeds, and a small handful of greens you will not even taste. 1 glass, 2 minutes, and a breakfast that actually carries you to lunch without a single crash in between. If you want that part done for you, with the exact recipes mapped out so you never have to think about it, there is a full plan linked in the description. No pressure. It is just there if the morning is your weak spot. But even if you take nothing else from today, take this. You were never the problem. The plate was. Fix the plate, and the day stops fighting you.